Catriona was riding on the heels of her just recent success as a Miss Universe. I was so inspired, so I came up with this. And people are saying that I kind of like got her expression when she was just confused after finding out that she was actually the Miss Universe. Here's another Barbie doll that was just a regular Barbie that I transformed into a likeness of
Liza.
I guess you. Yeah, Lisa.
Yes.
Is it
Liza
Liza?
Soberano.
Julius Bow Bow Unplugged. Julius Bow Bow. Julius Bow Bow Unplugged. Julius Bow Bow Unplugged.
Welcome to Julius Bow Unplugged and welcome to Collector's Script. Exciting na naman ang ating episode ngayon dahil di ba natin ito na pag-uusapan dito sa Collector's Script, mga dolls. Teka muna, baka nagre-react na kayo. Iniisip nyo, mga dolls na pambabae lang yan. Hindi, ito yung mga dolls na realistic, hyper-realist kumbaga. Ito yung parang mga nakikita mo sa mga wax museum, no? Pero pinaliit. Yan ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon dahil makakausap natin ang master dyan, ang pinaka-expert, ang ating Pinoy pride na nasa US ngayon, Noel Cruz. Noel, hi! Hello.
Hey, how are you, Julius? It's great to talk to you. Great to see you.
It's our first time to talk on a more personal basis. We've been chatting on Instagram and before over the phone. But this is really the first time that we're going to see your studio up close and we're going to see the toys up close. Well, you're very famous in social media, of course. And people are talking about this amazing lifelike toys that you're making. For me kasi, parang it seems that they've been taken out of a wax museum and resized into miniature versions. Parang ganun ang tingin ko dyan eh. Where did it begin?
Goes all the way back sa childhood ko. Kasi I've always, ever since, mahilig na talaga ako sa art. But my focus has always been faces. I've been fascinated with faces, and as much as I'm fascinated with faces is also as much as I'm uninterested with other subjects like landscapes or things like that. So it's funny now, actually, we're doing this interview. This is my 20 years doing this.
Oh, wow. Happy anniversary.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I started in 2001 and just, by accident lang. Kasi I was just browsing because my wife has been a long-time doll collector and I was just casually browsing lang sa internet. And I saw this very intricately painted face ng Manika. It's not even like a likeness of a particular celebrity. Pero yung pagka 3D realism niya, yung realism and just the amount of detail made it look like it was almost like a breathing lifelike figure. Intrigue ko. And I practiced with her dolls, basically. So, pinag-practicean ko yung mga dolls niya. And, because I wanted to prove myself that here I am, I'm doing portraits on a flat canvas, like a piece of paper. Pero gusto ko mag-prove that I can do it on like a 3D scale, as in like a doll. Yeah, so it's like a miniature, like a more realistic miniature piece. So at first, I wasn't hindi pa ako familiar with the forte. So it took me a while. I had to do and redo it again. And I never gave up until finally, maybe after several weeks, I put it on eBay, and I was just flabbergasted because it actually sold. I wasn't sure it was gonna. Hindi naman siya din bumenta ng mahal, but just the fact that I was able to venture and parang I finally penetrated that market.
And what was the first doll?
Oh, it wasn't even like a celebrity. It was just a beautiful face. It was just something. It was just something out of my head na inimagine ko lang siya. one right here is the Prime Studio Henry Cavill. I've literally enhanced and just fully repainted the entire thing. All right, so when we're looking at the features, also as far as the hairline, I've started like hand painting the hairline, and just the eyes. I've just given it more shading. So this is my current project, but I'm thinking because I want to really experiment with attached hair, like real hair. I love this hair. I love the way the hair is sculpted, but I'm just partial towards real hair. I don't know. For some reason, if you can do it right, real hair could be really amazing. And it's an amazing sculpt of Henry Cavill, as you can see.
Actually, napansin natin, Noel, yung eyes is it the eyes? Kasi minsan may mga toys na parang, yun nga, katulad ng binabanggit ko kayo na flat, when you look at it, parang it looks dead.
Right.
sorry to say it. Yeah. Parang flat na flat, but yours with this Henry Cavill bust, parang buhay because of the eyes.
Yeah, it's the eyes and just the little nuances like the slight eye bag or the creases around the eyes. You know, when you look at the creases and even the creases, you know, in the nose and just right under the nose as well as just the cheekbones. I mean, every little detail really, brings a whole level of realism and lifelike features to it. Yeah, actually, I have another project, but I haven't even started. But just look at how awful that is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see how this is by Jack's Pacific. But you can sort of tell it's really a nice sculpting of Henry Cavill's features.
Yeah,
but you
version of Henry Cavill.
Yeah, but you can't even. It's like Henry Cavill on meth. I don't know. It just it looks really bad. But that's what I'm saying. When I talk about how the doll or the figure suffers in the paint department.
Yeah,
you
can actually change that face. The ugly doll that you're holding can actually be changed to the other one by using makeup.
Absolutely, and the change is going to be very dramatic because it's going to come very close to the level of realism of this one right here. Since Christine is very into Audrey Hepburn, here's one that I really do. Yeah.
So this ganda.
Yeah. And the before of this, I don't know if you've seen the before version of this doll. Really looks nothing like her. So when you consider that, and also if you'll notice, part of the transformation is also how you transform the hairstyle. Okay, yeah. So that's the thing is, you not only have to really convince the collector of the face of the celebrity, but really when you capture a likeness, that it really includes the hairstyle too. But to create the level of detail in a hairstyle and then the repaint, when they come together, it makes for a more dramatic. Makes for a more dramatic doll.
What about the outfit? Do you also change the outfit?
The outfit sometimes I do, but I don't personally. I have someone. Sometimes I commission a doll a clothes like a doll seamstress to make the outfits. But yeah, sometimes I do change the outfits. But with this company, Mattel makes this doll. With this company, you basically the dolls usually come with the clothes already. Oh, we just had the Miss Universe done, right? Yeah, so when I went back to the Philippines in 2019, and sayang hindi tayo nagkita nun, Julius. Catriona was riding on the heels of her just recent success as a Miss Universe, and I was so inspired, so I came up with this.
Yan, kuha-kuha, oh. Oh my gosh.
the remarkable thing about this Julius is this is not even in any way, shape, or form meant to be a catrionagrey doll. So this was just supposed to be a regular Barbie doll. And yeah, you can see it on my Instagram. This doll started out having blonde hair. So it looked nothing like catrionagrey. So, but I saw in the sculpt that she could actually capture the likeness, or it could lend itself na pwede mong gamitin yung sculpt na yun to. And I'm glad I was right about it.
So, nakita na ba ni Katrina yan?
She did. On Instagram, actually, she saw this. I guess someone tagged my post, and she was just, raving about it. She was just really thrilled about it. And even the one that I did of piawurtzbach, which is this one right here. So there's the two of them.
Wow, kamukha rin, ha?
There's a piawurtzbach. Would you believe, Julius, this is a sculpt of Jennifer Lopez.
Talaga?
Yes.
O, toy, ha? A Jennifer Lopez toy.
Yeah, the Jennifer Lopez doll. But I'm like saying, okay, I gotta find a Barbie doll that can replicate, by paint. So this is just mere paint. We're just talking about paint contouring and shading because this is JLo's features actually. But Pia saw this and I was just so thrilled when she saw it, and she actually posted it, and I think she even tagged it or shared it. So yeah, and people are saying that I kind of like got her expression when she was just confused after finding out that she was actually the Miss Universe. Yeah, so people were saying you actually caught that particular moment where she had that confused look on her face.
Galing, ano?
Yeah, and then I had another amazing doll collector make this particular outfit, which is of course a replica of the outfit she wore during the pageant. Yeah, like this one also. Look at that amazing detail on the costume.
Yeah, grabe. Sequined, no?
Yeah, look at all the beadwork and the sequins, and it's just the right scale too. I'm looking to do also the two other Miss Universes.
Si Gloria Diaz,
Gloria and Margie. So it's just a matter of finding. Yeah, just a matter of finding the right sculpt. Pag may nakita ako na sculpt that I can use, maybe I'll do it. But along the lines of famous Filipinos, here's another Barbie doll that was just a regular Barbie that I transformed into a likeness of
Liza.
I guess you could. Yeah, Lisa.
Yes.
Is it Liza?
Soberano.
Yeah, this was, I think, the dress is not very accurate, but it's close to what she wore.
Has she seen that doll?
She has seen that doll, and her father has seen that doll, and the father just shared it multiple times on Facebook. So I was like, really, yay! At least na-acknowledge nila. And one interesting trivia about Liza is she's actually scared of dolls. So she's not. Yeah, she has this morbid fear. That's what I heard. That's what the collectors told me. She's not really into dolls because it just, I don't know. I guess it just freaks her out or something. So.
Baka naman iba pag mukha niya rin ginawang doll. Baka there's an exception din, di ba?
Yeah, but the mere fact that her father saw it, I'm pretty sure Liza saw it too. So that was really kind of neat. I really like the fact that the father saw it, and I'm sure.
What made you decide to do a doll of Liza?
Because I was going back to the Philippines after 10 years. This was the first time I'm going back ever since Facebook started. Because the last time before that, wala pang Facebook, and now I'm going back after 10, 11 years, and I'm like, now finally I sort of have a following on social media, and I wanted to think that gusto kong samantalahin yung opportunity to go and at least create ako ng something that's relevant to Filipinos, like Filipino celebrities. Kasi mostly yung ginagawa ko is like the foreign celebrities, yung mga Hollywood stars and things like that. But I'm coming home and I got a lot of suggestions. Hey, why don't you do a few celebrities? And you know, I was like, hey, I guess why not? And this is my perfect opportunity since uwi naman ako. You know, I'd rather do it, and I'm glad I did because it was quite a hit with the Filipino collectors there. We have a very large, and I'm sure you're aware of that, Julie. So we have a very large collecting community dyan sa atin, sa Pilipinas.
That's true. Oo, marami.
Yeah.
Iba-ibang klaseng toys and dolls ang dito. Pero have you ever considered doing a Manny Pacquiao doll?
You know what? That's funny because I actually started here. Let me show you. Let me show you what I started. Okay. Okay, but this is just like an initial.
Okay.
Initial run, and I haven't. This is like this is an earlier version of Manny.
Young Manny. The young Manny.
Yeah, the young Manny. It's like the initial layout pa lang, and I haven't really gone into detail. I've been trying to look for a body and a costume to do it. I don't know, for some reason I started it and then I set it aside, and now I have to revisit this repaint because I really like it so far. But this is capturing more of the essence of the young Manny Pacquiao.
Medyo kuha na yung itsura eh. Pero
yeah,
and then, medyo tumanda na si Manny, mas nabago na rin ako yung itsura niya.
Yeah, when he was younger, he had his hair parted in the middle.
Yes.
Like that. So, you know, it really is a nice sculpt of Manny Pacquiao, you know.
Actually, kamukha na nga ni Manny. Si Manny na yan eh. Kahit anong gawin mo, that's Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah. So, you know, I have to keep in touch with you again when I finish this, and I'm planning to do it. Yeah.
What was the original, sculpt? Saan ang galing yan? Yung face na yan?
This was just something I got off of eBay, and I'm like, hey, you know, this is. But I had to do quite a bit because the coloring on this was very yellow and shiny, and somehow the sculpting is kind of off. So I had to do a little bit of. I had to push the boundaries of the sculpting, but so far I'm happy with it.
Subscribe to this channel, like our videos, and post your comments below. And always hit the notification bell.